Hey everybody, how's it going? B Temple back again, and today we've got something that's not exactly rare, but it's something you don't see very often. We've got ourselves a 2019 Japanese, I guess, training ration is the best way to say it. The menu itself says that it's, I guess, rice with luncheon meat, and the only reason that you might think this is actually a military ration, because the packaging, this is one of those rations, especially from Japan. It's a little questionable, I suppose, if it's commercial or if it's actually for military use. But this line here roughly translates to for divisional exercise and garrison use, something along those lines. So I'm going to make the assumption this is actually a military ration. And I think this is either the manufacturing date or it could be the expiry date. I'm not 100% sure. But it still should be okay. It's going to be a fairly simple ration. You're really only getting rice and a spoon and, well, as the menu says, luncheon meat. So there's not a whole lot to have to do to get this prepared, but we will at least open it, give you guys a look at what the things look like inside, and then we'll prepare it and see what it's like. So yeah, it comes with a wooden spoon. You can even see like the streak of, I guess that's where a knot would have been in the wood. Yeah, there. See? But yeah, it's just a simple wooden spoon. And a packet of, I guess you'll call it parboiled short grain rice. And yeah, our retort pouch of, it says it's luncheon meat. I don't know if it's meant to be like a Spam kind of thing. It's got a kind of amorphous kind of shape to it. It's not, defined kind of square, rectangle, oval kind of thing. It's just some sort of slab of meat. But yeah, we'll get these things heated up and we'll come on back and we'll give them a try. So we've got ourselves, guys, this is literally it. It's a pouch of meat with some sort of sauce, a mountain of rice, and a wooden spoon. So this is all nice and toasty. I assume it is. Seems pretty warm. Put it in boiling water for a while. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, yeah. It literally is just Spam, I guess, is the best way to put it. Or an approximation. So if we're just looking at it, guys, we've got what appears to be corn. There even appears to be at least one little tiny piece of carrot in there. There is, I can't quite tell. Yeah, that's peas. I don't think there's any onion. There's some black pepper. You can smell the black pepper. It doesn't look like a whole lot, but the smell of it's there. And then we've got 5 of these sort of square rectangular slabs of some sort of lunch meat, I guess is the best way to put it. And it's a very thin, sort of brownish, yellowish, greenish kind of sauce. So yeah, let's try a little bit of the, I got the sauce on there now, but try a little bit of that rice on its own. It's a pretty standard kind of, sticky short grain rice. Let's give that a try first on its own. It's actually really good for something that's, been sitting in a pack for at least a year. At least a year and a half, I would think, if the year that we see on the package is the actual packing date. And now, if that's the expiry date, then this is, I would think, over 2 years old, 2.5 years. It's a little tiny bit of a plasticky kind of taste coming off it, but obviously that's what it's been sitting in for some time. So, I'm not going to fault it for that. Let's try a little bit of this luncheon meat on its own. I'm usually not a particularly big fan of Spam or anything like that, but we'll give it a taste on its own, and then we'll try to get a bit more of everything. Well, that is absolutely delicious. I am very surprised by that. I usually wouldn't be someone who would be keen on something like this. It doesn't have that sort of poor quality kind of taste to it. It's a mix of beef and pork. That's what the ingredients say. But it seems to take on a bit more of a pork flavor than a beef flavor. But yeah, that is absolutely delicious. And like I said, you can get a really strong pepper smell off of this. You can see some little flecks. But the taste, there's a big black pepper taste there, and I'm someone who enjoys that. So that's I guess a big plus is the best way to put it. Let's try a little bit of everything on this now. Some peas, some corn, a bit of rice, that nice sauce. Let's see if this is any better. That is awesome. I didn't have overly high hopes over something like this. I mean, it's literally just some rice and, you know, when the package says luncheon meat, one's not quite sure exactly how it's going to look. And it's not the most appetizing looking thing in the world. But I tell you, what an absolutely amazing flavor we're getting here. I'm someone who likes black pepper, so you're really getting that black pepper flavor. The rice works well with this. Sops up the sauce really well. That luncheon meat's got a great flavor to it. Like I said, doesn't seem, I know it's processed, but it doesn't taste overly processed. You can really get that nice pork flavor in there. Yeah, I've got absolutely zero complaints about this whatsoever. Yeah, I was rolling the dice on this one, whether this is going to end up being my supper or not. And yeah, this is probably going to end up being my entire supper. Sometimes you open these kind of things and you take a couple bites and then you think like, yeah, that's enough of that. That's not particularly good. But yeah, this is delicious. If this is actually a legit military ration, this would be wonderful. I mean, obviously you're going to get your carbs here. You're getting your protein, your fat, all that kind of stuff. And what this ration is meant to be, I guess the way they describe it, a training ration or a garrison or exercise ration. So yeah, something that's quick, that, yeah, you can just throw in your pack. You don't need some sort of large outlandish kind of ration, because this will certainly fill you up if you're only going to be out for a certain amount of time. Yeah, I can't say anything bad about this. This is fantastic. All right, guys. This is only intended to be a fairly short review. Obviously, there's a dozen components to go through and all that kind of stuff. It's amazingly simple. I tell you, for a little wooden spoon, this actually works pretty well. And it's fairly sturdy, I must say. I don't want to try to bend it too hard because it probably will splinter. But yeah, this is a great little ration. You don't see these very often. Getting rations from Japan is incredibly difficult. Japan's usually pretty stringent on their military rations getting out there. But I was able to get these from, I had one other one of these and I used it in a trade. But I was able to get this from someone in Japan. And I'm really glad I did. It's been sitting in my collection for a little while. I was looking for like the right time to do it. I thought it would end up being a really short review. But even though it's a short review, this is fantastic. I would certainly get these again, and I would highly recommend these. Well, that's it, everyone. Not really a whole much more I can say on this. This has been a fantastic Japanese training ration with luncheon meat and I guess veggie sauce and parboiled rice. So yeah, it's been a while since I did a review, so I was looking to come back and do something that I knew would at least hopefully be good. The last few reviews I've done have been on vintage things, and they have not ended up well. So I thought it'd be nice to try something that would most likely be edible. So yeah, that's it, everyone. I'd like to thank you all for stopping by, and hope you have a good one.